So in this video, we're going to calculate the x and y intercepts of a linear function or a linear equation that's given to us in standard form, okay? And then we're going to use those intercepts to graph the function, okay, the linear equation. All right, so in order to find the x-intercept, we're going to have to go through a couple of steps. First thing we're going to do is we're going to set y equal to 0, because remember, the x-intercept always has a y-coordinate of 0. And once we've done that, then we've got a simple little equation that we can solve for x. Okay. After we do that, then a second set of things we're going to do to find the y-intercept. So remember, the y-intercept always had an x-coordinate of 0. So we're going to set x equal to 0 in our equation, and we're going to solve the simple little equation that is left over for y. Okay. So our first equation, 4x minus 3y equals 12. Notice it's in standard form. Remember, ax plus by equals c. This could be, I said ax plus by. It can be minus. We would just say there that b was negative 3, okay? So in standard form, a is 4, b is negative 3, and c is positive 12. Notice those are all integers, okay? So this is considered standard form. All right, so first thing let's do is find the x-intercept. So we want to set y equal to 0. So we're going to replace this y with a 0, okay? Notice anything times that 0 is 0, okay? So that gives me 4x minus 0 equals 12, okay? 4x minus 0 is just 4x, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 4 to get my x-intercept of 3, okay? So the point over here at 3 will be on my graph, okay? We'll graph that in just a second, but it will be right here at positive 3, okay? Now my y-intercept, I'm going to set x equal to 0, okay? So my x was here, I'm going to replace that with 0. Okay, so notice that goes away. So I'm left with a simple little equation of negative 3y equals 12. Okay, so the y-intercept is going to be at negative 4. Okay, so let's go to the graph right now and we'll graph that equation. Okay, so our equation was 4x minus 3y equals 12. We calculated our x-intercept to be positive 3. So we're going to put that point right here on the x-axis, 3 units to the right of the origin. We found our y-intercept to be negative 4, so I'm going to go down 4 units, okay? We only need 2 points to draw a line, all right? So we're just going to draw the line that goes through there. So that's the graph of the equation, 4x minus 3y equals 12. All right, so pause the video here and go ahead and try parts B and C. Try to find the x and y-intercept of both of those, okay? Then draw the graphs, and then come back and check your work, okay? All right, for B, remember, we want to find the x-intercept first, okay? So we're going to set y equal to 0. So we're going to replace y with 0, okay? And then we're going to solve what's left over for x. So remember, that's going to go away. So I'm left with an equation of negative 2x equals negative 10. Okay, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. So x equals 5 is going to be my x-intercept. So when I graph this, my x-intercept will be over here at 5, okay? The y-intercept, replace x with 0, okay? So this goes away. Again, you can see our little equation here that's left over, 5y equals negative 10, okay? Divide both sides by 5, and my y-intercept is going to be negative 2. So I had an x-intercept here at 5 and a y-intercept here at negative 2, okay? So let's go ahead and graph that. Okay, so we had our equation negative 2x plus 5y equals negative 10. We calculated our x-intercept to be 5, so we're going to go right 5 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put our x-intercept. Our y-intercept was negative 2. Okay. We only need 2 points to graph a line, so let's connect those arrowheads on both ends because it continues both ways. So there's the graph of our equation. And the last equation here, we've got 3x plus 5y equals negative 30. Okay. So to find the x-intercept, we're going to replace y with 0. Okay, so that goes away, and you can see our equation that's left over. If you just cover that up, our equation that's left over is going to be 3x equals negative 30. Okay, divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals negative 10. Okay, so it's going to be all the way over here on the left edge of our grid here, 10 units to the left. Okay, y-intercept, replace x with 0. Again, if you cover that up, you can see what equation is going to be left over. Just 5y equals negative 30, okay? And then we divide both sides by 5, so y equals negative 6, okay? So our x-intercept is going to be over here at negative 10, Our y-intercept is going to be down here at -6, so our line's going to look like that. So let's go graph that one real quick. All right, so our linear equation was 3x plus 5y equals -30. Our x-intercept was -10. Okay, so I'm going to go 10 units over here left of the origin. Okay, and our y-intercept was -6. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, those are my 2 points. So let's kind of draw the line through there. All right, not the best line, but you get the gist. Arrowheads on both ends because it keeps going both directions. All right, so that's how you graph linear equations by finding the x and y intercept.